going on.
Thank you so much.
Feel like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Muhtadi. Mojo, we're going to start with Taylor Swift, who didn't know a thing about football before she started dating one of the greatest tight ends of all time, Travis Kelce. Now, these days, she probably goes to more games than anybody short of somebody who was on the active 53-man roster. She is a mainstay on Sundays on those on the television screen and at the NFL games. But Mojo, again, she didn't know a darn thing about the sport before they started dating. We know that because it finally happened, as we have mentioned this week. Taylor Swift joined the New Heights podcast. Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce. It's the episode more so than anybody else, than any other guest that the fans wanted to hear. And now many, many people, Mojo, millions and millions of people, as a matter of fact, have had an opportunity to listen to this full episode. It was long. They covered a lot of topics, everything from Taylor getting her master's back to her lack of football knowledge just 2 years back, Mojo. Listen to what she thought about the Super Bowl and specifically the Kelce brothers playing against one another.
Jason, on our first date, I legitimately asked him what it was like when the Chiefs played the Eagles in the Super Bowl and he looked across the field, across the line of scrimmage and saw his brother standing on the other, like 5 feet in front of him on the field. Yeah. And he was like, he didn't even look at me. Like, I now know what an insane question that was. He was like, actually, I'm on the offense and my brother's on the offense and I'm only on the field at the same time as the defense. I thought everyone was out there at the same time. I thought that the quarterbacks.
I mean, that's how you played it on the playground growing up. So I understand if you hadn't
No, you don't understand. I thought it was like Jared Goff is here and Josh Allen's here. And they're going to be like, they blow a whistle and then they go at each other and they're like, and it's like, who's going to win?
That's actually,
I would love to see Jared Goff play some defense. Let's see Jared Goff on defense.
I've got some ideas. I've got some thoughts. Yeah. I didn't know what a first down was. I didn't know what the chains were. I didn't know what a tight end was.
I am forever thankful for you diving into the football world wholeheartedly.
Oh my God. I fell in love with it. I became obsessed with it. I became like a person who was running through the halls of my house screaming, "We drafted Xavier Worthy." And my friends are like, who body snatched you? What do you mean?
So she didn't know anything, Mojo, and now she's screaming about Xavier Worthy getting drafted. Crazy.
You know, Babcock, I think we should stay in the world where she didn't know anything because I think she was on to something. Jason Kelce also felt very amused by this. Yes. Let's get the quarterbacks going against each other on the other side of the ball. Make you feel like you're back in the original XFL days. Isn't that how they settled the opening kickoff? Right. They get the quarterback of each team 10 yards apart, and everyone has to race for the ball laying on the ground in the middle and just absolutely annihilate each other. Took out a lot of quarterbacks before the game even started, but I don't know how that's going to work with the concussion era now and all these helmets. We just talked about Aaron Rodgers hating his new helmet just as early as yesterday. So not sure this would go over well, but she's on to something, Babcock, and I like it. Sometimes it's good coming into these things with no previous knowledge, but that's great. You know, I don't think she's fooling anybody. I don't think anyone is surprised by this statement. I think we all knew when she started going to these games that she knew next to nothing, and she didn't know when to cheer and when to boo. She's probably looking around the rest of the people in the suite to her cues on when to react. But gotta say, it's a testament to her. She's put in the time, right? I mean, love her or hate her, obviously everyone outside of the football world loves her very much. I think people within the football world got very tired of her, but I think they admire the persistence. She kept going to games. She kept learning. She really took an interest in her boyfriend's sport and committed with her schedule. It is not easy to go to that many games. It just simply is not. Again, she probably made more of Travis's games than Travis was able to go to shows of hers, which, says a lot. So you got to give her credit for putting the time in. I'm not saying I'm convinced that she knows all the rules now and knows entirely what's going on now, but at least she's a lot closer.
All right, Mojo, moving on to Inked Up. And this is a tattoo with a lot of ink. Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin, of course, who can forget that just terrifying moment back in January of 2023 when the Bills and the Bengals were playing in Cincinnati, and he got hit at just the wrong moment, Mojo, and Damar Hamlin nearly lost his life. In fact, he was, suppose you can say, clinically dead on the football field, if not for the brilliant medical people reacting fast, getting Damar Hamlin help. He would not be here with us right now. Thankfully, he is, obviously, football player or not, the fact that he's still a young guy and his life could have been lost after what happened. So bottom line, Mojo, certainly it's a moment that you never want to forget, even though it was such a scary moment. It's such a big piece of Damar Hamlin's life, and because of that, he went to a really famous tattoo artist. His name is Ganga. If you recognize that name or if it sounds familiar, it's because this guy has done incredible work, just beautiful work on some of the biggest stars in the world. I'll give you two names, Mojo. How about LeBron James and Drake? And that just goes to show, I mean, he has really worked on some of the most famous people in the world. And Damar Hamlin trusted him with this massive back piece. So he goes to Ganga, and it's one of those tattoos where they actually put you out. So first of all, it's not as painful, and a lot of work can be done, whereas you would normally have to come back a bunch of different times for a million different sessions, Mojo, to get something like that done. But that wasn't the case. One shot, it's done. And it's got a lot of really cool tributes to that night from 2023, Mojo. Damar famously asked the question once he regained consciousness, did we win? He wanted to know whether or not they had won the football game. There is the Monday Night Football logo because it was a Monday Night Football game. There is the logo of the Bengals Stadium. And it's got, again, all these really interesting and cool nods to that night. And, all's well that ends well. And obviously this is a story that ended well, Mojo. And I thought it was a really cool piece. I don't know about what you think, Mojo, but pretty cool.
Dang, so cool they had to put my guy under.
Yeah,
I don't have any tattoos, but I didn't even realize that was a thing, Babcock. They put you to sleep because...
It's just become recently, Mojo, and it's become a trendy thing to have done.
Well, you know what, Babcock? I don't like it. Stay awake. Suffer the pain. That's part of your story. But Damar Hamlin already suffered enough, so he gets a pass on this one. Like you said, clinically dead on the field. I mean, if you are a person that is all for tattooing and you already have tattoos, how do you not put something commemorating this on your body forever? I mean, tattoos are supposed to mean something, right? Yeah. What means more than this? This guy might not have anything happen again in his life that means more than this moment that symbolizes triumph more than this. So, I mean, the concept itself, A+. The delivery, also A+. Ganga did a fantastic job. There's a reason certain people go to him at the highest levels of the game. Everybody trusts this guy. So shout outs to him. Fantastic job. That's some serious real estate, Babcock. How long did it take you when you got your big back tattoo with your hair on your back? It covered the whole thing, right?
It took hours and hours, Mojo. After an impressive preseason debut, what are the chances Shedeur Sanders starts at some point for the Browns this season? Three-time Super Bowl champ turned Browns broadcaster Gerard Cherry answers that very question next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Shedeur Sanders, will he suit up as quarterback for the Cleveland Browns sometime this season? I think that's a question that not only Browns fans are debating, but football fans across the country, Mojo. Of course, as you have undoubtedly heard, Shedeur Sanders had a really nice first preseason game. And I'm not trying to make too much about a preseason game where you're not having defenses game plan for the other team and you're not seeing much blitzing and all that stuff, Mojo. But the bottom line is he played well. He was 14 of 23, so okay there, completion percentage-wise. But threw for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns, Mojo, no interceptions. And I think a lot of people were really impressed with this guy who at one time was thought of could possibly be the number 1 pick in the draft, and then he falls all the way to the 5th round. So, again, is he going to play? Mojo, we talked to a guy who knows a little bit about not just playing in the NFL, but winning in the NFL. Gerard Cherry. Gerard Cherry is now a little bit older, but back in the day, Mojo, in the 90s and the early 2000s, this guy did a ton of winning. He won 3 Super Bowls with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's New England Patriots. He is now the sideline reporter for the Browns. He works for WKNR. We had an opportunity to speak with him a little bit earlier today. We asked him about that preseason game and then that question, Mojo, will he suit up as Browns quarterback?
Probably had the best vantage point you could possibly have, literally being on the sidelines and on the 1 touchdown pass that he threw. I was in the back of the end zone looking at the play, and at first I was like, yes, because it was an incredible pass to throw. The level of difficulty on that play was incredible. One of the reasons why we're so excited here in Cleveland, because he put on a lot on display on last Friday as far as he played. So really my thought is this injury to this oblique right now could not come at the worst time because he has so much momentum going in his favor, in his way.
The fans are invested. If the team doesn't start off well, there's going to be a call. They're going to want to see Shedeur out there. Do you see Shedeur playing under center for the Browns this season?
Yeah, I could totally see that being a possibility because it happens every season. Every season, at least 2 or 3 guys are under center for our football team here in Cleveland. So that would not be a stretch to say that that's a high possibility and probability of him being under center. And to be honest with you, most fans want him under center right now and don't want to see anyone else but Shedeur Sanders, even with the oblique injury.
And I think that's absolutely true, Mojo, and you can tell by the fans, by what they're saying on social media, elsewhere. I mean, they want this guy to play. But real quick, Gerard mentioned the oblique injury. Unfortunately, Shedeur did suffer an ab injury yesterday during practice as he was making a throw. Thankfully, though, it seems, Mojo, like it is just day-to-day and that he will be back on that football field soon. So don't expect for him to play, unfortunately, this preseason game this weekend against the Eagles. But I think after that, he probably is ready to go once again. Now, does he play this year, Mojo? I don't know. They've got like 5 quarterbacks now. I suppose Joe Flacco is the guy who is thought of as the starter right now, although I don't know how many games you're winning or if you're winning anything meaningful, Mojo, with Joe Flacco at this stage in his career. No offense, Joe Flacco. Sorry, brother.
No offense, Joe. We know you got a ring sometime back in the past, but it's a new day. Yes, it is. Gerard's comment. Us as Cleveland Browns fans, we're used to having 2 or 3 quarterbacks under center every season.
That's their problem, Mojo, by the way. If you want to know why the Browns have not had much success, there you go. There's the answer.
That's literally the only thing that you need to hear. You don't need to hear anything outside of that. But in this case, as it relates to Shedeur, that's a frickin' good problem to have, Badcock. Yeah. That's the best case scenario for you if you're trying to get on the field. I mean, I think he's going to be under center. I mean, statistically, it's going to happen, right? You got the 4 quarterbacks, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, Sanders. Who's the clear-cut starter? Right. Nobody can necessarily answer that question. You have the favorite, but, I mean, all of these guys are relatively new to the team. No one is established.
Right, it's not like you got Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or, whoever you want to name star quarterback-wise.
Exactly. Then add to that this isn't the best football team in the NFL, so when they start losing, even if the starter doesn't get hurt, someone else is going to get their shot. Shedeur, man, he might be unavoidable this season. He's the talk of the entire team. Love him, hate him, whether he's going to be good or bad, he is going to sell tickets this year. He is going to be talked about. And eventually, especially if the Browns get in a pinch and this season is all going to be a failure, That's who you got to turn to give the team some life, to sell some tickets, and to set the stage for next year. So I think he absolutely gets a shot at some point this season. He played well last week. It's a preseason game. Preseason games don't matter. It wasn't the greatest performance we've ever seen, but it was better than people thought it was going to be, and it was still pretty good. As of now, that was enough to see some play time this season, if you ask me.
We already know the Backstreet Boys are interested in a golf match against InSync. Well, what does InSync think about the potential showdown? Lance Bass weighs in when TMZ Sports returns right after this.
Have you guys ever played against the other groups?
Oh God, no, not
No,
really.
you know what? You hear it first on TMZ. It's going to be Boy Band Mania golf tournament.
Yeah, let's go. We're
go.
challenging InSync right now to 5-on-5.
5-on-5. Yeah,
yeah.
Shot.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. So Mojo, that's how it all started. And we've talked about this a couple of times now. The Backstreet Boys, were two of the guys at least, Nick Carter and Brian Luttrell. We were talking to the guys as they were out there on the golf course. We were actually talking about Luka Doncic and how they were hanging out at the concert a couple of weekends ago. And we just happened to ask about golf because, again, they were golfing. And then they spit out that challenge right there. Like us, the Backstreet Boys, we want InSync. Now, we had since spoken with my buddy Brian Zurf, Mojo, who is the producer behind the match. We've had a bunch of great matchups there, pairings going against each other, big stars, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, big stars. Could this be the next iteration? Brian wants to do it. Brian Zurf, the match guy, Brian and Nick of the Backstreet Boys, they want to do it. Now, Mojo, we're finally hearing from a member of InSync. We happened to run into Lance Bass yesterday in Los Angeles, and we asked him, Mojo, take a look.
Backstreet Boys are asking if you guys want to go for a round of golf. Would you ever go for it?
Of course I would. I'm incredible at golf.
Oh my God, so you guys think you'll win. Okay.
Bring it.
Who do you think's the best golfer out of you guys?
Oh, we all know that.
Okay.
Joey Fatone.
Oh, is it really? Okay. I know the creator of Match wants to put this on. Would you actually want to actually go for it and do this whole situation?
Why would a dating service want to put on my golf?
It's called The Match. It's like a
it's
golf
not
thing.
Match.com?
Yeah. No, not Match.com.
Match.
Yes, they put on like golf events. They kind of put on events.
No, I think that would be really fun. We used to have Challenge for the Children, which was a basketball game that we used to do for charity all the time. So maybe we bring that back. What?
Your buddy Joey gets a little shout out there, Mojo. If they actually did do this thing for charity, I can't even imagine the amount of money that they could potentially make.
They might have to now if it's for charity. That's hard to say no to, Babcock. I mean, that speaks louder than dollars and cents a lot of the time, sir.
Yes.
Obviously, these 10 gentlemen are probably doing quite well financially.
Yeah.
They're probably not struggling to make ends meet. However, saying no to the kids, that might be the ticket to get this thing done. Love Lance's call out of our good friend Joey Fatone. I thought Joey told me that golf wasn't necessarily his thing. I don't know if he was working me, if he was
I think Lance was working us, Mojo. I think Joey was being honest with you.
I don't know. Joey's probably packing a punch more than these other guys. I could see him driving the hell out of the ball. I mean, he's the most jacked of the 10. So
Yes.
There's that. I don't know. Could be funny. See, I like that, though. That's my style. Have a little fun, break dance a little bit out there, do your thing. Yeah, maybe Lance was having fun. Maybe he said that because Joey's the worst one of them all. I don't know. Clearly, he knows them a little bit better than I did, I would say at this point. But
Right.
Either way, we need to make this happen.
Logan Paul and Nina Agdal inching closer to their wedding this weekend in Lake Como. The power couple spending time on the water when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Mike and Mojo. Mojo, it's time for We Love It, starring Logan Paul and Nina Agdal, of course. one of the biggest couples out there in the entertainment world. They started dating back in December of 2022. Then they ultimately got engaged summer of 2023. Well, Mojo, it's about time to say the old I do's because they are getting married in Lake Como, Italy this weekend. Now, obviously, have a bunch of family and friends and everybody out there. They are, I guess, biding their time until they say the I do's, and they look tremendous. I mean, you saw them out there in the bathing suits. There, Logan and Nina are in the kayaks. Again, they look great. Keep in mind, she just had a baby in September, Mojo. Amazing. Amazing.
They're ready to rock, Babcock. It's going down this weekend in Lake Como. So many people love Lake Como, not me. I think it's a bit overrated. I can say that because my cousin got married there, so not just Barry and Logan here. That's going to be great. Good work to them. It's hard to get back in shape after these kind of things, Babcock. I can't personally attest to having a child, but I've been around for this process once before. It's not easy to get back in shape. Logan, on the other hand, he's wrestling. He's in the WWE. He has to stay in shape all day, every day, wrestling without a shirt off. So that's par for the course. But we love here on TMZ Sports. Congratulations to the happy couple. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Mojo, we do love, and I've got to do a little bonus here because. And I am, as much as I like Logan and Nina, I am more excited about this because Shannon, who is one of, and she has been for years, one of our producers here at TMZ Sports, she just got engaged. She tried to not tell me, but I have found out. And Shannon Person and her fiance, Austin, beautiful ring. Look at that thing shining, giving me Ronaldo vibes. They obviously happily engaged, and we wanted to wish her a big congratulations there. So a little bonus, we love. We are out of time too, Mojo. We'll have a bunch to talk about tomorrow. It's going to be a great show.
That's right. Huge congrats to Shannon and Austin. You knew we were going to find out where TMZ Sports. We know all. We'll see you tomorrow where it'll be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.